that was the hardest part, was to actually learn how to play the drums, not how to look like you're playing the drums.
Netflix's new movie, Metal Lords, which is awesome. How are you guys doing today?
Good,
Great.
good.
Great.
Awesome. Jaeden, I want to ask you, man, were you a drummer before this movie, or did you have to learn to play for the film?
No, I never really touched the drums before. So there was about a month before filming started where I was practicing every day. I really had to grind a little bit.
What would you say was maybe the most difficult part about learning to play drums?
I mean, really, it's the technicality of it all. I feel like what was really drilled in when I was practicing with my teacher Glenn Sobel was how to look cool, and the amount of intensity to put in and energy. But really, what I was more fascinated with, and what I really wanted to hone in on, was to make it sound good, which is not the priority when you're filming a movie, but that was the hardest part, was to actually learn how to play the drums, not how to look like you're playing the drums.
Isis, I want to ask you, what's it like being, both a cast member and a band member? Do you feel like you're one more than the other?
More, I don't know. We were saying earlier that we're gonna go on tour. I think for me, I'm more of a cast member, just because I didn't play cello before, and it's like not sort of ingrained into my being. I'm a cast member.
Well, okay, Adrian, how about you? Were you a guitarist before?
Yeah, I've been playing for like 10 years or something like that. But not metal.
Sure.
So that was a fun shift. The right hand, the picking hand, that was my left hand, I was up to speed with that, but the right hand, that is so technical. That is so impressive that people can pick that fast, that articulately.
Did you gain any kind of appreciation, any more appreciation for metal music or any metal bands? Did anybody stick with you after you were finished?
Yeah. I think we've talked a lot about how many different genres there are, subgenres. I mean, I think that's just such a good sign if there's that much variety within it. I think that's brilliant. I still keep up with Meshuggah a bit, and a bit of Black Sabbath. But yeah,
that's really cool. I guess I'll pose the same question to Isis and Jaeden as well. Jaeden, did any metal band stick with you after you finished?
Yeah, I definitely still listen to a little bit of Metallica, and every once in a while I'm like, I need a little bit of energy, and I'm itching for some metal music, so I go back to my Metal Lords playlist that I created way back when.
That's awesome. Isis, how about you?
Yeah, Black Sabbath is definitely still on my radar. And yeah, I do sometimes have my Metal Lords playlist as well. I get it on shuffle. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for taking time to chat today. I really appreciate it. Metal Lords is on Netflix April 8th. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. Dan Weiss, it's very nice to meet you, sir.
Hey, Stephen, it's really nice to meet you. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing really good. We are here to chat about Metal Lords, your brand new Netflix movie that is out on April the 8th. I'm very excited. I'm a fan of the movie. I watched it a couple of times already.
Oh, thank you, man.
Would love to know a little bit about sort of the origin of the story for you, and kind of what, is this kind of a passion project, and how far back does this go?
Yeah, I mean, it's the music has always meant a lot to me for as long as I can remember, and the story is the basic story is something that I came up with a long time ago and was ready to make a long time ago, and then Game of Thrones happened and it got put on a back burner for a long time. But yeah, it's something that I've got to revisit and rewrite to fit like the world we live in now. And it just felt good, man, to bring like a movie about these kids and the music that they love, into the world we live in now.
Yeah, and you've got such variety. It's very, very versatile a film, and there's music, from decades past. You got Black Sabbath, you got Metallica, and you jump forward, and you got Slipknot, and you got Zealand Ardor. And
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
It's really interesting, and I noticed that specifically, War Pigs by Black Sabbath takes a very central role. I'm just curious, what was it about that song that you kind of felt made it?
It's like it's a movie that obviously I'm a metal kid and I'm a metal adult, and I wanted the movie to be for the people who love the music, but I didn't want it to only be for those people. I wanted it to be a movie that would invite people into the tent, not keep people out of the tent. And I feel like, to me, that song is a song that you can play for. I was talking to a friend who was saying he plays it for his 8-month-old daughter at breakfast every morning, and like it speaks to her even though she doesn't speak yet, and I think that's the kind of song that it is. And it's also, in terms of the way the drums work in the song, it was kind of the only song I could find that had the universality of that song and that worked for the purpose that it serves in the movie. So approaching Ozzy and Sharon about getting the rights for it was terrifying, because if they said no, I honestly didn't know what else we would do, where else we'd turn. And huge thank you to the Osbourne family for just being so cool about it and letting us put it at the heart of this love letter to the music that he and Rob Halford really kind of created.
Yeah, well, that is really cool. And in addition to being the script writer and the producer, you're also metal songwriter Dan Weiss now too. What was that like?
I now have a co-writing credit on a metal song. I would say that Tom and his producer engineer Takao Restivo did the bulk of the heavy lifting on that one, but I did write the lyrics and did get to use the word exsanguinate and the phrase bucket of. So I feel like my life is now complete, and it was great. We're working on a song, being able to write a song with Tom and to give Tom a bunch of intentionally kind of smart kid writing dumb lyrics type, give him that just sheet of words and see what he did with it and how he created kind of an metal song, like just a song that, like, I think he put it was like metal with a side of metal, like just and it was so much fun working on the detail. I'd never worked on a song at that level of detail before in terms of the actual production of it. So working with those guys on it was great. It was like a bucket list item that I can now tick off.
That's awesome. Well, Dan, it's been a great pleasure chatting with you today. I really appreciate it. Metal Lords is a great movie, and it's out on Netflix on April the 8th. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day, sir.
Thank you, Stephen. You too.